Hello and welcome into Baker Fall Sports Media Day 2025. Today we are talking women's soccer. We are joined by head coach Sean McAlister. Coach, thanks for joining us today for this.
Appreciate it.
I know we're already kind of starting into the season, already a couple games underneath the belt, but how has the first month of training and games gone?
Yeah, it feels like it's gone by really fast. Been a blink of an eye, but getting to know them and just having fun being around the team. It's been pretty good so far.
Great. Well, I have to mention, first year as a head coach running this program. You've been here at Baker for quite a few years, just on the men's side though. But how has that transition been for you personally, going from the men's side to the women's team? And how has it been with the team seeing you kind of in a different role?
Yeah, it's funny. I joked with them. I know more about them than what they know about me. So being around them, traveling together in the past and on the bus, it's always been kind of from the outside in for me. And so for them to hear my voice and just have that change, but it's been really exciting. I think it's been a lot of fun. So continue going forward.
Yeah. And talking about this year, this season, this 2025 season, but looking back, you guys have made 6 straight conference tournaments, including the last 2 years, clinching on the last game of the regular seasons to make those conference tournament. What's the goals going into this year? Goals and expectations for the 2025 team?
Yeah, I think the goal is always to have a postseason home game, right? I think that's the expectation. If you can host, that means you've done something right in one of the hardest conferences in the country. So home game is kind of the goal, the expectation, and then from there it's just, what can we do from there?
Oh, great. Looking at your schedule, again, already played a couple of quality opponents, an Avila team that was a 13-win team last year, MacU this past weekend, who's receiving votes in the poll, always a tough team. What have you liked out of your team so far through these first few games, and what are some areas that you guys can clean up before getting into conference?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think the energy and the fight and the passion, in games going down and then responding, and then going up and then down and then responding again. I think it says a lot about who they want to be, knowing that it's always going to be a fight. And then, obviously playing at home to see everyone excited, I think it's been fun. So.
Yeah, and just expanding there with the schedule a little bit. Obviously, it's a tough conference in the Heart. You're used to that from the men's side, so nothing new for you there. But shifting over to the women's side, you still have some top-ranked teams in there. How is that going through the conference season, just facing those tough teams week in and week out, knowing that every point matters, every result matters?
Yeah, I think the target's on your back every week, no matter who you're playing in the Heart. Knowing to get 3 points, it's going to be hard. And then the grind of it, Wednesday, Saturday, it just doesn't stop. So you have to show up every day, knowing that you can't take a day off and you can't fall for the what should be's or the what is, and you just have to go earn it. So it's hard. It's really hard.
Yeah, no, you've known that again from the men's side. You've seen that, but how has that been, seeing it from your eyes in the past 2 years, where the team, fighting to the end there of the regular season, able to clinch on those last games? What does that show you about the team and kind of the program on that, just willingness to fight to the end?
Yeah, I think, resiliency, right? Not willing to just kind of give up and know that there's still something left in the tank, but also knowing that we can avoid till it's on E to get ahead of things. So, but I think it goes back to the Heart just being so tough that it's always going to be up for grabs no matter where things are.
Oh. So. Now let's talk about your roster a little bit. Got a good mix there. Lost some key seniors, lost some leadership there, gals that have been in the program for a while, but return a pretty good core, and also adding in some quality pieces on the recruiting side of things. Looking at your roster as a whole, what excites you the most going into this season?
Yeah, I think just energy, passion, and fight, those same things that we talked about, knowing that there's some upperclassmen that are well established, that have tons of minutes and know everything, and then some incomers that are up and excited for the journey. And then also in between, people that want to prove something and want to show what Baker can offer.
Yeah, we'll dive into it a little bit more with the roster here. We'll start kind of offensive side of things. Again, these first 2 matches really have seen the offense pick it up. Have a lot of chances there, put some balls into the net. How's that been, seeing the offense, and what more can we expect from this year?
Yeah, definitely. I think, with the shortened time that we had together, offense kind of took a back seat. We defend a little bit first, and we'll deny a few more goals and go for there. But attack, some Darcy, already has 3 assists. Sydney had 1 goal previously and already has 2. I think Nay is going to come around and finish. And then off the bench, we added Brindley from Johnson County. I think she'll find the net. And then what a pickup from basketball. Mm-hmm. So that was exciting. Hopefully we just don't hurt each other in celebrations anymore. But goals will come. Goals will come. So I think we'll have a well-rounded offense with probably multiple goal scorers.
Yeah, and then looking at the other side of the field on the defense, you got somebody back there like Youles, a mainstay in the back line for you. Got a good back line. Let's talk about the defense. Talk about your goalkeeper, Sophia Holloway, back again. So what excites you about the defense?
Yeah, for Sophia to have, a career high in saves, it says a lot. She's going to be up for the challenge. And then kind of made a change, actually. Youles stepped into the midfield as like a holding mid. So Sample and DC, I think, are going to be 2 future stays of the back line. And then adding in Emmy Nichols and then Karis English. I think those will be. But also Kylie Albright coming back, Amelia Wiles stepping in, getting first minutes as a freshman. I think it's exciting to see that, we'll have an established back line that'll be confident in what they're doing.
Yeah, and just quickly, you mentioned Kylie Albright and Amelia Wiles, 2 legacy sisters played on this program previously, in Macy and Bella. We'll talk about that a little. How neat is that as a program to be able to kind of have that family atmosphere where siblings are wanting to come, previous generations wanting to come play for this program?
100%. I think, it says more about Baker knowing that it's a place that makes sense. But also knowing that something was done right for it to continue on. So I think they also have an insight of, they've been here and visited and been around the team. They get what it's like, but knowing that it still made sense. And it's their own journey too, so it's knowing that they can create their own from what they've seen. So, but I think it says a lot. I think Baker soccer as a whole has done really well with a lot of brother-sister combinations, family connections in the past. So it's something we look forward to hopefully keep working in the future.
Yeah, I think that's really special about this place is things like that. Broader picture on the roster, again, kind of have that blend of experience, but also new faces, fresh talent. What does that do to you as you kind of just start shape this program? How do you mix those 2 pieces?
Yeah, I think, the more time on task they get, but then also for myself. A little bit of experimentation. Who can go where? What can be done at training? Throw you in the fire a little bit. Even in the preseason, throw a couple challenges at them. Hey, just do this. No explanation. See how they can unfold and where does it go? Knowing that, again, it goes back to the energy and the passion is they can just deal with adversity. Like what comes next, and we go on with it. So. I think that's going to be this year. I think how do we establish what we want, but those goals and challenges that we set forth to just kind of one at a time, and then we go forward from there.
Yeah. As I mentioned before, you've been around the program a long time here, played collegiately here at Baker, and then been on a coach on the men's side. You've seen the women's teams that made those national tournament runs. You've kind of seen where the program's been at. But been able to make the conference tournament here 6 straight seasons. Now, how does a team take the next steps in competing with those higher tier teams in the conference and potentially be contending for a spot in the playoffs?
Yeah, I think it starts with the belief. They have to believe that it's in there. They have to know that it's in there. They have to want. And I think the final test is just knowing that they can conquer anything they set forward. I think knowing they're in the toughest conference, they're going to get tested every day, and that's what's at the national level. So we face it every day. So it's not like it's anything new. It's just go out and do what we do, and we got to believe that we're in it, and we know that we're in it.
Absolutely. Well, good things are ahead. Good luck here with this first season, Coach. Appreciate you joining us today, and good luck on Friday, play in Ottawa.
Yep.
So.
No, I appreciate it.
Thanks,
Thank
Coach.
you.
All right, continuing on with Baker Women's Soccer Media Day. Now we're going to welcome in our student athletes. Today we're joined by senior forward Darcy Cato and senior defender Caitlin Youles. Ladies, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having us.
All right, first off, let's just go ahead and introduce yourselves. Tell us where you're from, what you're majoring in, and what brought you here to playing soccer at Baker.
My name's Darcy. I'm from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm a communications major, and I wasn't sure about playing college soccer, but I knew the coach and some of the girls, so I took a chance at it, and I'm glad I did.
And I'm Caitlin Youles. I'm from Bournemouth, England. I'm majoring in exercise science, and I was excited to come to Baker because I wanted to travel the United States.
Great. Well, thanks again, ladies, for joining us. Darcy, let's go ahead and start off with you. You're 4 in the program now, 3 years under your belt. You've got 10 career goals, and off to a really nice start this year with 3 assists. Looking at your 2025 season, senior season for you, what are the personal goals you've set for yourself? What are some of the things you'd like to leave on the pitch this season?
Yeah, it's really about getting back into that forward role because I started as a forward my freshman year. I came in, I played as an outside back a little bit in the past 2 seasons, and so it's really just I'm focused on gaining my confidence again going forward and leaving my mark that way. My most successful season was freshman year. I had 5 goals, and so I really just want to keep that pace going. And yeah, I'm just put it in the back of the net.
Yeah, great. Caitlin, over to you now. Also, you're number 4 for you in the program. Like I said, kind of been a mainstay there in the back line in previous years. 6 assists through your time, kind of usually one of the main set piece takers for Baker. Also 3 goals during those 3 years. How have you seen yourself evolve as a player since your first year here? What's that growth been like for you?
I kind of was thrown in the deep end, I feel, like my freshman year. I kind of went from not starting to then playing 90 minutes every game. I felt like I was learning a lot, especially being thrown into like a new culture, not only like soccer-wise, but in the United States. So I've always been learning from people, so I feel like it's now my time to take that leadership role and kind of pass down what I've learned to the freshmen.
Absolutely. Great transition to our next question, actually, which is about leadership. I'm going to let both of you answer this question since you are the two of the leaders on the team. Let's first start with Darcy. How have you approached your leadership role this year while helping the team adjust with a new first-year head coach?
I've always kind of had a leadership role in my class, like whether we had our leadership council, I wasn't necessarily a captain, but I was on it. But really this year is about finding my voice because I feel like in the past I've always been someone that kind of leads by example. This year I really want to put that voice into it where I can communicate with the underclassmen that are coming in, how we do things, but also I want to help them have fun and to kind of adjust into that culture. I really love moving day and everything, getting to meet everybody, and then finding out how we work both off the field and on the field and finding that chemistry as well.
Yeah, and same question for you, Caitlin. You've kind of been a vocal piece back there in the back line, but again, kind of having to raise that this year with some seniors leaving from last year's squad. How do you approach your leadership role? And again, trying to be a good mouthpiece for the newcomers with having a first-year head coach.
I've been lucky enough to be voted captain this year by the underclassmen mostly, since there's so many of them. We've kind of hit the ground running with everyone. I think everyone can step up and step into a leadership role. I think we're so lucky to have so many strong, independent women on our team. So it hasn't really been a problem. We've kind of just all fell into place quite naturally, I think.
Yeah, that's great how those things can happen on a team. Let's start getting into the offensive side of things and defensive side of things. Darcy, we'll start with you from the offensive perspective. Again, first 2 matches, we've really seen some strong flashes of the offense, putting goals in the back of the net each game, really just a more powerful attack that we've kind of been seeing. But knowing that you're still going to be facing off against some tough defenses, especially in this conference, what are the things you're excited about this year's attack that maybe we haven't seen in the past couple of years?
Yeah, I think in the past couple of years we've really sat in just like a 5-back and just kind of sat and wait for the other team to come to us, and I think this year we really just want to bring it to them first. And so I've already gotten 3 assists like you mentioned, but I just about getting those crosses in and getting people in the box to get them in there, and then I just think we need to keep shooting as well. We've got a ton of speed up top. We brought in some really fast recruits, and so I think that now that we're all on the same page, when we just get those shots off and we just keep hammering away at them, we got to get something in there eventually.
And then Caitlin, for you from the defensive side of things, what are the keys for the defense to be successful this year, especially, as I mentioned, going up against some of those high-powered offenses that the Heart has?
I think the main thing will be defending from the front. I mean, that not sitting back, and we want to assert ourselves as one of the competitive teams in our conference. I think sitting back has been the worst thing for our back line. We've kind of been getting hammered constantly. So I think everyone is confident that we can high press and go get into the defenders this year.
Yeah. And I talked about this a little bit with Coach, but you guys have been involved with this the last 2 years, clinching that conference tournament spot on the last game of the regular season. Darcy, what's the mindset of the team? How are you guys able to not? I mean, it takes a lot of courage to not just lay down, when the season's maybe not looking great, but to battle back and be able to make it into the conference tournament. Who knows what happens in there? How is the team able to pull off things like that the past couple of years?
I mean, we've always just been grit has been our word of choice in the past couple of years, and we've always just been we're not going to lay down. If they're going to beat us, it's going to have been a hard-fought battle. They're going to walk away feeling it afterwards, and I think that we're always wanting to put ourselves in the best position possible where if we're working hard enough, we think that we can pull away a win once in a while. But this year we're really trying to go into them, and we have some sayings that maybe I can't say on camera, but we're really just together with our team chemistry, and we're all on the same page of we are going to go out there, we're going to put it all on the line, and we're going to walk away with some success.
Awesome. We'll hear those off. Caitlin, though, same sort of thing, though. How do you guys take kind of that momentum of being able to clinch there at the end and still make those conference tournaments? And again, it was a 1-0 result last year against Benny. You guys are right there. Mm-hmm. You guys see yourself kind of making those strides towards those teams. What are you guys able to do this year to maybe not put yourself in that position, having to fight late as much?
I think we're prepared, even with such a small amount of time that we've had with preseason kind of being shorter than usual. I think we're prepared. We're working every day, kind of building on new concepts, and we know how we want to play. We want to assert ourselves and be confident and not lay down and take it against these big teams.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. That was always exciting on those last second or those last regular season matches that came with a lot of pressure there. So, but let's move on to some lighter questions, a little sillier questions for you guys. Let you have some fun here. We're going to keep these to the team. We'll start off with Darcy. We always like to ask these questions when we're doing these interviews. Who's the funniest person on the team?
I think I got to go Sophia. She says joke, everyone else just copies it out.
Yeah, I'll probably go with Sophia as well. She has me in stitches constantly, so I'm just, it has to be Sophia.
Is there a runner-up besides Sophia?
It's hard because one person makes joke, the rest of us just parrot it. We all just repeat it. But I think, I don't know. We're all just always saying the same thing over and over. So.
Caitlin, we'll stay with you for this one. Who's the most energetic at practice, most upbeat in the huddle?
Probably Ree. I think she brings that basketball energy, just constantly on, it feels like.
Yeah. I'd probably have to go Ree as well. Probably throw Emil in there too. Mm-hmm. She's always just got something to say, a lot of energy to her, but it's good. We need it.
All right, and we will stay with Darcy here for this one. Who's the best at taking naps on the team? Who's the best napper?
Gabby and Emil, literally always asleep. I live with them in the sorority. I don't know how they do it. They always manage to fit a nap in their day.
I'd probably say Emmy. I mean, she's my roommate, so I think she's nearly nocturnal, just constantly asleep.
And staying here with you, Caitlin, for best cook, who's best at whipping up a meal real quick for you guys?
Probably Emmy as well. She just made dinner for us last night, so kind of have to.
Yeah, I think Emmy's the only one I know of that cooks consistently. Yeah. She has some allergies, so she's on top of everything, but the rest of us just scavenge around. I don't know that much of us cook.
Does she have a favorite dish do you have a favorite
That's
dish
a question for you.
I mean, she's Italian, so it's got to be some sort of pasta.
Yeah, she's made me some pasta before. It's pretty good.
Great for post-game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, here's a silly one that I pulled off the internet. If you could have one superpower to help your soccer game, what would it be, Darcy?
I got to go super strength. I mean, classic, but I need it.
I'd probably go super speed. I mean,
a little switch here.
Yeah, switch. I've been working with Coach K, so I think that'll help. But
yeah, for both areas. Coach K's got us covered.
Shout out Coach K.
Yeah.
Okay, how about your favorite traditions here at Baker? Caitlin, how about yourself? Favorite tradition, whether with the school or with the team?
I think everyone, just campus-wide, is grocery bingo. I think it's one of the things that SAC does. Everyone loves it.
Yeah, SAC, grocery bingo, they do grocery bingo. Headphone disco is huge. We missed that one for an away game this year. It was really like, we took a hit about that one. But no, they're awesome about putting on events. And we make a good point to go to all of them because getting involved in campus is the most important thing you can do here.
For you, Caitlin, your favorite memory off the field, but also then on the field. Favorite memories off the field and on the field.
I'd say off the field, we traveled to Spain last year as a team.
Yeah.
It was great. We got to play against Spanish teams. It was a new experience, and then also experiencing the culture. I've experienced it before, but it was nice to see everyone else immersed in a different kind of culture.
Yeah, I would also probably say Spain. I mean, me and Caitlin were the only two here left from like original class, and that was when we like really bonded. We were roommates, and I dragged her to the beach every day. But no, it was a lot of fun. I would also say like when we visited Cumberland's last year, just that away trip, passing through Nashville. Any away trip is really just like the best time for everyone to bond and see everyone's true personalities come out.
Do you have a favorite personal moment on the field then?
Yeah, my favorite on the field moment is probably my first goal. It was my first appearance, and I was terrified to go onto the field. Like, I was so scared to sub in. And I think I scored within 5 minutes of being in against friends. And so that was just really a moment of like, okay, I deserve to be here. Like, everything's okay. And then I think I scored like 4 games in a row after that. So I was on cloud 9.
Nice start. What about you, Caitlin? Favorite on the field?
Probably my first goal. It was sophomore year, senior night. So it felt like a long time coming. I was just waiting for my first goal. And just like the crowd reaction was crazy. There were so many people there. You can just hear, it's crazy how loud it can get in such a big space.
Yeah.
So yeah, I would definitely say my first goal.
Home field advantage
Yeah.
at Hartley Field.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us today, ladies. Really appreciate your time, and good luck with the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Make sure to follow along with the Wildcats this year as they get ready to start conference play. They open it up on Saturday, September 6th with a home match versus MNU.